Hello. Have you noticed how common it is nowadays to see unsuccessful people with great talent? Have you then also realized that most of the hardworking people in our communities are still battling with financial issues? Well, my name is Amponsah Richard, and welcome to Financial Freedom Community. Today on our show, we are going to look at two key elements that are essential in every purposeful living. These elements are so essential that failure to acknowledge them can make life so frustrating and hectic. The hard truth is that every meaningful life is being driven by a goal, and every goal also thrives on a certain process. That brings us to the topic for our discussion today, and that is the goal versus the process. It is very important to have a goal in life because life is meaningful when there is a goal. Goal is what gives us the courage to act. Goals gives us energy and goal gives us reasons to live. However, goals do not work unless you do. And that is where the process comes into play. When we talk about a process is actually a set of activities or series of actions that interact together to produce a result. And of course, this result is the goal. Now, this is where people allow their goals to be in the dust. This is where some dreams are stuck, and this is where some aspirations vanish into the thin air. Now, the idea behind the goal versus the process is for you to admit that every goal has some process. Let's take, for instance, if you want to become a driver, a professional driver, you have to first of all enroll yourself in some professional driving courses, which of course you go through some series of practices which involves steer control, gear control, how to control the acceleration, the accelerator, and the rest. These are all the processes. Don't forget that your goal was to become a driver, but until you go through this process, you learn the road signs, you learn how to use the traffic indicator and the lights. That goal cannot be met. Don't forget that there is no shortcut to greatness. So people who always try to look at the shortcut ends up losing big. So assuming you want to become a driver and you don't want to take a professional driving course so that you go through the process, but then you just find some playing ground, you dash someone some money and the person decided to take you through the driving. Don't forget it will be very difficult for you to learn road signs on the park, school park. So you will miss this petty but vital education in your process. So you will find yourself on the main road and before you realize you are being deposited in the mortuary. That is why shortcuts are always risky. So the question I'm asking you today is that what is your goal? And have you identified the process that is necessary to bring that goal into reality? You see a lot of people to be hyperactive. They are hardworking. They are going up and down every day. But the point is, a lot of them deviate from their goal and then the process. You see, when you come to physics, work is said to be done when a force moves an object toward the direction of a force. So, assuming I'm always doing something, but then I'm not doing what is required of me to get that goal achieved, then of course I'll be seen as hardworking. But then that my hardworking is not taking me to my desired destination. You see so many people busy doing so many things. You see them to be hardworking, but the point is that if you take your time to analyze what they want and what they are doing, you can see that that is a total deviation. So I want you to understand that every goal has a process. So you have to find the process. You have to see which process works for that goal so that you don't deviate from the process that is essential in making your dream a reality. So if you're watching me today, I understand you have a goal, but have you really sat down to identify, to pinpoint the exact processes that can help you achieve that goal. Almost everyone has a goal. If you had to pick 10 people and ask of them their goal, they can tell you brilliant ones. But when you ask them, how do you intend going by these goals? That's where the problem emerges. I'm asking you today, are you part of those who have goals but they haven't figured out the process that can lead them to making that dream a reality? If that is so, then I'm highly recommending you to go back to the table, pick the goal, pick the dream, pick the aspirations, and figure out what processes would make that goal a reality. It is very, very important. A lot of people wish, but only few people make it happen. Let's say you want to achieve a certain level of academic qualification. For instance, you want to acquire a degree. You would bear with me that you have to go through some processes. Even if when you enroll in the school, you'll not be given the certificate outright. You have to attend lectures. You have to, partake in some quizzes, some assignments, some group activities, and the likes before that goal of achieving or acquiring that certificate would be met. Yes, and this is applicable not only in academic discourse communities or not only in the field of driving, but also in every aspect of life. Every goal has its own process. So today, let's go out there and identify that process, because our ability to identify which process works for our goal will make the difference. That is the game changer, that is the determiner, and that is where we are not giving up. The fact that a certain process is working for someone's goal does not necessarily mean that it is going to work for you, except that you have the same goal. So my question is, what is your goal? And what is the process? Your goal is achievable, it can be achieved, but the only problem is that you haven't had the time to identify among the numerous processes which one fits your goal. So today, as part of our education on our financial freedom community platform, I am challenging you today to go back to your goal, to revisit the goal, sit down. In as much as that goal is going to bring you some level of satisfaction in life, try and figure out which process will work for that goal. Stick to that process, because it is the process that makes you what you become in the end. Stick to the process, because the process is what makes the dream reality. If you abandon the process, forget about the goal, because the goal can never see the light of the day if you don't go through the required processes. Today, I want to challenge you that it is good to have a goal, but do not abandon the process, because it is the process that brings the goal into reality. Without the process, the goal is already lost. Make it your ambition to find out which process works best for your goal, so that you can follow it, you can copy it, you can emulate it, and you can implement it in your daily living. You see, a lot of people are always fond of trying this, trying that, doing this, doing that, because they are not so sure of the exact process that will work for their goal. I believe you have a great goal. I believe you have a great aspiration. I believe your dream is big, but the point is that it is the process that will bring that goal into reality. It is the process that will find the goal to make it a glaring one. So today, make sure that you sit down, you analyze the process, and you see if it will fit for the goal, so that you can skyrocket yourself into achieving your goal. Thank you so much for being part of today's show. This is Financial Freedom Community. If you enjoyed our episode, kindly consider indicating it in the comment section. Then again, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and join our Facebook page, so that you can get plugged in to this journey that is spearheaded towards financial freedom. Once again, my name is Amponsah, and I hope to see you again in our next live session.